Disney Plus came out about 6 years ago, and it made me feel both old and also curious to what is the best Star Wars show to be made for Disney Plus so far. So using both IMDB's fan scores and my personal opinion, I have ranked every Star Wars Disney Plus show from the absolute worst to the best. I also should mention that I'm going to be splitting up the shows by seasons so that we can fairly rank season 7 of the Clone Wars against everything else. Also, Disney XD shows don't count. I'm sorry, Rebels. Let's get ranking with dead last to no one's surprise, the Acolyte with a 4.3 fan score. First off, shout out to Christopher Cohen and his team for the excellent choreography. These fights were legit amazing. Unfortunately, y'all know that the rest of the show was so god awful horrendous that for the first time in my lifetime, all Star Wars fans, prequels, originals, and even those psycho sequels fans came together as the power of many to hate on this show. 4.3 is preposterously terrible. It's so bad. Actually, let's just move on. It's not worth any of our time to talk about this show more. At number 17 is the Book of Boba Fett with a fan score of 7.1. I low-key wish this was a book rather than the freaking garbage they gave us. You have Boba Fett coming off an ultimate reintroduction in Mando Season 2 at your disposal, and the best we can get is the Kirkland brand version of Game of Thrones. Why did they try to make Fett a good guy? His whole thing is being neither good nor bad, just a
simple man making his way through the galaxy.
I had such high hopes for this show just for turnout being Mando Season 2.5. And don't forget about this guy either. If I had the choice between watching this guy spin or burning down an orphanage, I would burn down 3 orphanages with no survivors just not to watch it again. Number 16 is Young Jedi Avengers with a score of 5.6. Chances are if you're watching this video, you haven't seen this either, but I ranked it above Boba Fett out of pure spite. I got nothing to say about this because I literally haven't watched it. I just can't wait for the Anakin episode, if you know what I mean. And the 15 slot is Obi-Wan Kenobi with a score of 7. A score of 7 is pretty good under normal circumstances, but when you have Ewan McGregor and Hayden plus a whole unexplored time, you have to do better than a 7. I was so excited for the show, and many others were too, and it felt so short of what I felt it could have been. No doubt there were some freaking awesome moments with Vader, such as him just snatching that boy out of the air, straight just taking it and just ripping it apart. I mean, that was straight aura, but when Vader was off screen, all we got was annoying Reva and Leia outrunning 3 full-grown men for 5 minutes. I mean, what are we doing here? Guys, this is embarrassing. I was more disappointed in this show than an Asian father with his son. At number 14 is Vision Season 1 and 2 with a score of 7. I really don't like anime that much, which makes it very hard to objectively rank it when I don't like anime, because obviously this is anime. So I just went off the fan score of 7, even though I only give it like a 6 or 7. At 13 is Tales of the Empire with another 7 fan score. Tales of series is probably my favorite series on Disney Plus right now, and it's really just what I want to see out of all streaming services. The short but sweet episodes that wouldn't be able to be released anywhere else, and they're just perfect for little plot holes that have to get filled up. That sounded wrong. That being said, Tales of the Empire is definitely the worst one out of the 3 so far. Sure, it was cool seeing Thrawn as a young guy and also seeing Grievous in his 2002 Clone Wars form, but in the end, I don't really care about Barriss or Morgan at all. It still is a great series though, and I hope they keep making them for a while. Coming at number 12 on the list is Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy with a fan score of 7.2. This show is just fun. It doesn't try to do anything more than it should, and it works. I mean, I'm a college kid giggling at jokes for like 9-year-olds because Darth Jar Jar is saying some funny stuff. I couldn't care less about the plot, to be honest, but luckily the plot means little to nothing. Also, I'm like 67% sure that this character was made after me. Look at the resemblance. It's striking. I just can't prove they did it yet. At number 11 is Mando Season 3 with a score of 7.7. Season 3 was never going to live up to Season 2, but they could have at least got a little bit closer. And honestly, 6 out of the 8 episodes were good. Yeah, I didn't like Gideon coming back again, but whatever, he's still good. It was just the Jack Black Lizzo episode and whatever that one, and y'all know the other one. I mean, this was a tough watch. It is just a shame that all this season will be remembered for is this awful episode. It's kind of like Mark Sanchez and the butt fumble. Like, a good player will only be remembered for one play, and oh nope, he stabbed an Uber driver. Well, Way to change the narrative, Mark. At least you won't only be remembered for the butt fumble now. Entering the top 10 is Tales of the Underworld with a fan score of 7.1. I already talked about my love for this, and this is low-key underrated at 7.1 on a fan score. I love the Cad Bane story and thought it was just beautiful, and the Ventress side story was pretty cool too, I guess. Like I said, underrated for me. I thought it should be higher. Just like number 9, Skelly Crew with a score of 7.1. This show was a pleasant surprise, and I deeply enjoyed it. Just to go open YouTube and see that no one is even mentioning it existed. It was like the Epstein list. Why is no one talking about it? It was a really fun show, and I enjoyed watching the little kids. No. You know what? The show was good. All right. It's criminally underrated, just like Epstein. Number 8 is Ahsoka with a 7.4. It is funny how the best part of the show was anything that really didn't have to do with Ahsoka. I don't know why, but I was high-key cheering against Ahsoka and Sabine the entire time. Everyone else, though, was so cool. Blue Elon Musk was a dog as always. Balin Skull, RIP my boy, was another freaking dog. And then don't even get me started on Anakin either in the Clone Wars flashbacks. I mean, this boy was casually dropping some of the hardest moments. When he was switching back and forth, oh, it was so hot. And then Sabine pulls off a crazy force push with no prior experience. That generally actually like ruined my day when I saw that. At 7 is the Bad Batch with a 7.8 fan score. And we hitting the good stuff now, boys. And the 8 females that watch my channel. Besides Omega's voice, this show is lit. I could talk about this show a lot, but well, there are bigger fish to fry here. But Crosshair is my favorite character in the whole show for sure. And if you disagree, I will kill you. At number 6 with a 8.5 score is Mando Season 1. I still remember watching this trailer and just being so hyped for this. And then the first episode came out and holy, it was beautiful. And then Baby Yoda just topped it off. Oh man, it's so hard to believe that was 6 years ago. I'm not kidding, that was literally 6 years ago. The show really came out before COVID. Oh yeah, and the rest of the show was absolutely brilliant from the top to the bottom. And then at the very end, they show us the Darksaber and tell us to wait a few years. At 5 is Tales of the Jedi with an 8.1 fan score. Mando is great, but Tales of the Jedi answered questions that needed to be answered, like Yaddle. I'd been wondering about that for like a literal decade. And it also kicked off one of the greatest series ideas Disney has had since they invented color. Oh, okay, actually, scratch I ever talked there. That was an awful statement. Also, Ahsoka's story was there, but no one really cares. I mean, look at this rating on the Dooku episode. 9.2 speaks for itself. At number 4 is Andor Season 2 with a whopping 8.8 rating. Putting this at 4 kind of feels like a crime, but the super slow start kind of just weighed it down. Don't get me wrong, I still like the start, but when it picked up, holy, it was different. That was peak television, man. Just look at the last 5 episode ratings here. This many high 9s speaks volume to how good this show was. I don't even feel like I can do it justice talking about it. These last episodes need a like 10-hour video essay to explain how really freaking good it is, and I can't write essays. My grades reflect that. But you have all seen it, so I don't need to further glaze it. Y'all know how good it is. And if you haven't seen it, do it now. Entering into the top 3 is Clone Wars Season 7 with an 8.1 rating. 8.1 is criminal in my opinion, until I realized I forgot about those random 4 bad Ahsoka episodes with these 2 idiots. And oh my, imagine if those didn't exist. Without these 4 episodes, it is rated a 9 overall. Look at these last 4 episodes ratings. 9.7, 9.8, 9.8, 9.9. These episodes were near perfect, man. I remember getting out of Zoom classes being so hyped to watch these last few, and they did not disappoint. The siege on Mandalore with that glorious fight straight into Order 66 with Rex and Ahsoka. Oh my, and don't even get me started on that ending. This ending really just had me sitting there like, damn, it's really over. Like, I feel like my childhood ended with Vader coming to the crash scene. It was ended so perfectly. At 2 is Andor Season 1 with a score of 8.4. Even though Season 2 had a higher rating, I think Season 1 was so much more impressive. They really built an entire show off a side character in a side movie and made it one of the most beautiful shows to exist. The story has so many amazing twists and turns, and truly for the first time shows the oppression of the Empire. If the Empire wants to trap you in 12-hour shifts for life, you can't do a thing about it. The One Way Out episode is also one of my favorite episodes of Star Wars shows, maybe ever. The speeches in the show were just amazing. Lucen's monologue had me ready to take down the American government by myself. So much beauty in this show all around, and I am so sad it's over, but at least they didn't drag out 5 seasons and left on a high note. I do respect that. Now, number 1 is Mando Season 2 with another 8.8 fan score. This season was worth the wait after Season 1, and it exceeded all expectations. Moff Gideon was as badass as ever. Boba Fett return was just spectacular, and it's just awesome. Bo-Katan is straight awesome too, and so is Cara Dune, one of my favorite characters, and why did they fire her? And then the ending took everyone by surprise with a hallway scene. This is an easy number 1 for me, and if you like this type of video, I have a brand new channel you should go visit where I rank all types of movies in fun ways, such as ranking the Harry Potter movies by the 93,243rd frame. Go check it out, you most likely won't be disappointed. Yeah.